Hey guys, it's Rich with your Monday Spot on the Pagan Perspective. This week, our topic is on permaculture and our environments. This week's topic comes from our very own Yucca, who writes, "Are you familiar with permaculture?" And I'm going to answer these as I go because I am not familiar with permaculture. And whenever I looked it up, it is basically what I know as, and this is my rudimentary understanding of self-sustaining ecosystems and an ecosystem that sustains itself. Now, I do know about self-sustaining living, like where you have solar panels and basically what I would be calling being off the grid. You don't really have any need to buy food because you grow all your food. You don't have any need for electric because you got the solar panels. You pump water from a well, this and that. I mean, it's a very down-to-earth way of living. But I don't really know about permaculture, and therefore it doesn't really influence my path or my practice. I find it the self-sustaining living, which I can speak a little bit more on, than the idea of permaculture, because I'm still not exactly sure if they're one and the same. If they are, great, then I'm talking the same thing. But if they're not, I'm not exactly sure what the difference is. But self-sustaining living, I think it's great. I have found that I just don't have the time for it, and that's something that's unfortunate because I wish I could. I don't have the money to put into the startup of it, such as purchasing the solar panels, and actually getting around to doing a garden of my own. I wish I could. I have done in the past. Miracle Grow has a I have an itchy nose today. I have something that Miracle Grow has. It's a hydroponic system. Oh, what is it called? Oh, son of a gun! It's on the tip of my tongue too. But anyway, look up Miracle Grow hydroponics, and I have one of those. And you can grow. I've grown lettuce with it and stuff like that. So you can grow either fruits and vegetables. You can grow flowers, all that type of stuff. And I've grown vegetables with it, but the little pods that they have for them, it's a little bit more pricey. So I would actually want to buy the little refillable ones and use those instead, and then actually make a substantial garden. So it is really cool. I wish I could remember what it's called, but I can't. If I remember, I'll put it in the bottom bar I'll put it in the nether regions for you. So look for it there because I cannot think of it right now, but I'm on my phone right now and I'll look it up whenever I'm done with this video. Yucca goes on to say, what ecosystems and climate do you live in? I live in New Jersey, so 4 distinct seasons. Right now, we're getting a lot more rain than usual, which for me, this is a lot of rain that we've been getting this year compared to other years. We do have, like I said, 4 distinct seasons: winter, summer, spring, fall, all that stuff. So I do enjoy the 4 distinct seasons. We also get the hurricanes and apparently occasionally tornadoes, but not really a big threat with the tornadoes, but we do get hurricanes here, a couple times a year, and we do get, nor'easters and stuff like that. So in the wintertime, it's a little bit more dangerous with the snow and ice and whatnot. How does this influence your practice? I tried to kind of stay in the moment, and it's really hard to do whenever you are continuously going, everywhere all the time. I have found lately that I don't have as much time to actually sit and just be in that moment and be in that space. But when I can, I try to be in that moment of the season that we're in, the type of climate, whatever it is, whether it's rain, snow, sleet, hail. I try to stay in that moment and experience it for what it is, especially in the wintertime. I will stand in, outside. I will stand outside, and whenever it's raining, snowing in the wintertime, because that's what it does. Not rain, hopefully. Whenever it's snowing in the wintertime, I will sit there and I will just outside, just be there with the snow and experience that snow. That's about as far as it really impacts my practice, is just taking that time, taking that moment, slowing down and just being in that moment. I've done that with rain, especially in the summertime whenever it's hot and the rain is a blessing. You go outside, and I have stood in the rain. I have danced in the rain. I have just stood there and just got drenched with the rain. And that, to me, is a very cleansing experience. So those are ways that it affects my practice. But overall, the climate really doesn't have a large impact on my practice. How might someone incorporate their local environment into your practice, or into their practice? So if somebody wants to incorporate their local environment into their practice, I would say, find ways of, if it's sunny out, find ways of charging items. The sun is a good cleanser and a good charger of items. With the moon, we all know that the moon has cleansing energies, especially at the full moon. It's a great time to put your rocks out there and whatnot. So that's a good time to cleanse items, is out in the full moon. But people neglect or don't really think of the sun, and whenever it's sunny and the fiery energy that it has. Be careful with certain crystals, because they will set things on fire because of the prisms and whatnot. So be careful with that. But setting some stones out to be cleansed. Also make sure that with certain crystals, if you put them out, the sun can bleach the color of them. So be careful and know which crystals will and will not be affected by direct sunlight for long periods of time, or just take them out for a little bit of time. In the rain, for stones, excuse me, for stones that do not really have an effect with water, or with contact with water, that is a time that you can cleanse your stones with the rain energies, especially in thunderstorms. If you have a thunderstorm coming and you want to get some really charged rocks or charged items, you can put them out in the thunderstorm. And the energy from that thunderstorm, that chaotic, electric filled energy, will affect those items. Now, let's see. Hurricane energies. Doing something with the hurricanes. Be careful where you put things, because hurricanes have high winds. Same thing with tornadoes. That's one of those things that if you put it out there and it gets sucked up in a tornado, yeah, not a good thing for your precious, precious rock. But if you have it out there during that chaotic energy, if it's still there, then yeah, those are types of energies that you can utilize. If you're in an area where you need to have somebody go away, one way that you can do that is make a poppet with that person as being represented by that poppet. If you're in a hurricane area, throw that poppet out there and let it get sucked up. That'll take them away. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do with weather. Another one is in the wintertime, fill up a jar with, or fill it most of the way up with water, especially in wintertime. Pop it or a little doll that represents somebody, put that out in the winter and let it freeze. And you put that person on ice. You stop them in their tracks. Make them cool down. So there's plenty of things that you can do with weather. There's plenty of things that you can do with the environment around you. So those are just some things that I have rattling around in my head. But yeah, I can't wait to see what some of the other hosts say this week. And I will see you all next week. So until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye-bye.